Hello everybody and welcome to today's stream. Today we shall be continuing on with our playthrough of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. There we go. Specifically Mass Effect 3. So yeah, let's get right into it. Should load up pretty soon, hopefully. Nope. There we go. Alright. So, starting out, we just finished Mars. Right, we were on the Citadel. Great. We're in Dina's office. Bailey, Udina. Right, Kalisa. Oh yeah, James is here. I don't know if Udina has anything relevant. Let's find out.
The Council. You saved their lives. And for what? Apologies that boil down to maybe later. If we don't figure out something, maybe later will be an epitaph on a mass grave of 11 billion.
I know what I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do?
Humanity has created some goodwill in the galaxy. Now we cash in our chips. I will get what funding I can, what materials I can, and spread the message. Help the humans, help yourselves. I'll institute a draft in our colonies and order all civilian ships armed. Work on the Prothean device will be around the clock.
Any news from Earth?
There is constant news. All of it bad. The Reapers are destroying satellites in the old nuclear missile silos, along with everything else that could help. We have a handful of quantum entanglers spread out over the continents. All other communication is cut.
Great.
What's your read on the counselors? Any angles I could pursue?
Tavos is a diplomat and compromiser, but she's wrapped up in defending Asari space like a mother panther. Valorn is out of his depth. The Solarians like their wars won before they start. They're frightened now. Use that. In Sparatus, I'd take what he offers. It's strange days when the Turians are the least hostile to humans, and there's a need there.
You're a Citadel counselor. Don't you have options when the others block you like this?
With Parliament destroyed and Shastri gone, I have more power than any human in history. But today, you saw how little that is. Rest assured, I will not be counted out long. I know I can move mountains. Do not lose sight of that, because the task before us is moving planets.
Anderson would be proud, so long as you deliver. You think you can do that?
You need a carrot or a stick to drive a mule, and humanity has neither right now. Our armada is tied down fighting or fleeing, and with Earth's comm buoys gone, our economy is reduced to an IOU. But leave that part to me. I will lean on our colonies for all they're worth, and I can broker enough trade to repair and resupply Hackett's fleet.
Personal situation.
Did you know a lot of people on Earth?
Many. It's monstrous to think of them being snuffed out, of course, but the part that gets me is Arcturus. I must have known most of the Alliance Parliament on a first-name basis. I required a second VI just to track all their birthdays and anniversaries. Rose Garden stuff. But to have it all gone.
I should go.
I'll be here.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever actually done that conversation.
If you wish to make a request for asylum, please see an information
Alright.
agent for help.
Alright, there shouldn't be anything in here that I can do right now.
Spectre status recognized.
I think there's a... Oh, there's a weapon modification table in here. In the shooting range that I can use. Alright. Weapon bench. Yeah, that's good. That's fine, because I don't have a good... I don't have a better pistol. But this needs barrel extension and the concentration mod. Yeah, there we go. Confirm. Cool. Refire on this is so slow compared to the previous games. Ooh, that is some kick. Alright. Luckily, we won't be engaging things that far out in this. Certainly not with the SMG, anyway. Pretty sure I don't have anything here I can do. No. It's all way too expensive. Which is annoying, because I'd love to be able to get one of these right now. So it's weird, because I don't remember the N7 Defender armor at all being in here. It's really nice armor, though. I need to see if I can go to other places on the Citadel and check the shops. Alright. See if Bailey has anything to say.
I'm up to my neck in trouble, but if there's anything you need, I'll do my damnedest to help.
It was Udina who made you a commander, huh?
Yeah, he's become an even bigger shot around here. Got a lot of ambition. He suspected Executor Palin was conspiring against the Council and had me investigate.
Find anything incriminating?
Yeah, enough to arrest him. And when Palin resisted, I was forced to kill him. Udina rewarded me with the promotion. And near as I can tell, being a commander just means I'm putting out different fires.
Is the Citadel gearing up for war?
There's a false sense of security here. Even people from worlds that have gone down act like they're safe. Well, I guess it's not just human nature. We all lie to ourselves to deal with horror.
Anything important going on around here?
You kidding? With the Reapers running roughshod through the galaxy, it seemed like the Council is in constant session. We got more ambassadors and dignitaries here than ever before pleading their cases. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Thought things were relatively quiet here.
Well, compared to where you're coming from, sure. But the war's being felt everywhere. Millions across the galaxy have been displaced, and most of them come here.
Must have you doing somersaults.
Yeah, already allocated the bulk of my men to customs, but we're still overtaxed, cataloging and processing them all.
You got loved ones out there?
Somewhere. Ex-wife I lost track of, and a son and daughter. They're still on Earth.
I'm sorry, Bailey.
Yeah, I'm just like everyone else. I'm losing myself and things I can control. And at the moment, that means creating the illusion of security here.
We both have jobs to do, Bailey. I suggest we do them.
Yep. Good talking to you, Shepard.
Alright. Alright.
The Asari colony is across the galaxy from Paladin and Earth. The invading force appears to
We've had this discussion, young lady. You're to call me Teresa. Maybe my son didn't have the chance to marry you because of this damn war. But you're still family in my book. Nothing will ever change that.
Of course, Teresa.
I'll come back later during your break if you want. Treat you to lunch. What do you say?
I would love that, Teresa. Thank you.
Alright. Let's see. Where's... Oh, there's James. And
Commander
there's
Shepard.
Kalisa.
Commander, the people of the Alliance have questions.
Do they now?
Commander Shepard, Kalisa been seen in Al-Jalani. Isn't it true that you were on Earth when the Reapers attacked? How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can expect from the Alliance?
I came to get help for Earth. For everyone.
What about all the people suffering while you play politics with the Council? What about them? How can you stand here while our families die? What are you going to do?
Kalisa, we're doing everything we can.
Before they cut the feeds, there were so many dead.
I'm gonna stop the Reapers or die trying, but I need your help. Keep asking the hard questions. Don't let the Council forget about Earth.
I will. Thank you, Commander. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but I'm glad you're on our side.
Early reports indicate that Earth has fallen to the same enemy
Oh,
force
war
that attacked
asset.
Terran space.
Okay. Not 5 Paragon, though. That's nice.
Incursions by enemy forces.
Hey, Commander. Liara told me the Council's not interested in helping us.
Something like that.
Why would they? Look at this place. There's no war here. People are whispering about it. They're talking about it, but they don't really believe it.
I take it this is your first time here with the elite of the galaxy.
I've been to the Citadel, but never up here on the Presidium. It's not right. It looks pretty, calm and peaceful. But it's not right. It's all just an illusion.
It was peaceful. Once.
But was it? Really? I mean, when push comes to shove, they're just gonna turtle up. Hope it don't hit them too, right? They'd rather believe in this than face the truth.
I can hardly believe it myself. Like everything back on Earth was some kind of nightmare.
Yeah. That's what I hate most. It's like this place wants you to forget that.
So, you still want to go back to Earth?
Hell yeah, but
But?
you were right. So was Anderson. We can't stop them alone. Besides, looks like you're gonna have your hands full convincing these pendejo politicians to help us. And I'm up for it. Whatever it takes.
Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna head down to some of the lower levels where they keep it real. You got some spare time? You should come and find me.
Maybe I'll do that.
Ilium is under attack. Although the Asari colony is across the galaxy from Paladin and Earth, the invading force appears to be the same that attacked those planets.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select
Oh,
a
I can only go
destination.
to Memorial Hospital. It's annoying. Alright.
One moment, please.
I don't think there's anything else I could do at Huerta right now.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Nope. Nothing else.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please. One moment, please. Now arriving
Oh,
at Presidium
yeah.
Embassy.
Clicked the wrong one. Okay, out, back in. Am I going? Oh, there it is. It's
Welcome,
here.
Commander Shepard. One
Docking
moment.
bay. That's where we want to go. Alright.
Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
Alright, is there anything here? No. Okay. To the Normandy. Yep. Oh, right. My first weird dream. Sequence is so weird. I'm disappointed. Milshep has such a dorkier face doing this. Milshep doesn't look nearly as ridiculous.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to it than that, isn't there?
No.
What's really bothering you?
When the Reapers hit, I could hear people screaming in the streets below me. We left a lot of them behind.
There's no way for you to save them all. But I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Slow down, Specialist Trainer. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Trainer has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination.
Mm-hmm.
You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
Mm-hmm.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Oh, Intel Armor Mod Kit. Fun. Okay. Let's see. War Terminal. War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Alliance Engineering Corps. 103rd Marine Division. Alliance 1st Fleet. Alliance 3rd Fleet. Alliance 5th Fleet. Right, we've got Diana Allers. The SR2. Okay, we're worth more than one of the Alliance fleets. Almost worth two of them. Oh, uncovered significant elemental deposits while scanning planets with the SR2. Oh, Kalisa. Nice. Alright. Okay. Nothing else in here? Out we go. Anything in here? Nope. Nothing in here at the moment.
I can't believe the Council won't help.
Come on, Sarah. If Thestia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
Alright.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
Alright. Alright, Sanctum. Yes. Okay. Have anything in here? Looks cooler. Other than that, how's Joker doing?
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Anything out here? No? No? Okay.
Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal.
Alright. Private terminal message. Email. Open. Special Ops. Stephen Hackett. Shepard. Alliance forces are stretched thin across the galaxy. We need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch. Through conventional means, we'll deploy operatives to hold point after you completed your objectives. Need you to head to a Cerberus lab on the planet Sanctum. Brief you when you're inbound. Hackett. Reinstatement. Commander Shepard. Slater formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under Emergency War Powers Regulation 903.5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR-2. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing a threat to Earth, its colonies, and its allies. Furthermore, you are granted diplomatic authority to establish treaties with non-human races as required to support your mission. Sincerely, Admiral Stephen Hackett. Emergency flash traffic. Urgent. X1A.34. All Alliance military personnel. This is galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat, do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instruction, independent action is authorized. KEI 9. Oh. Subject, my dog. Dear Commander Shepard, I was a contractor working on the Normandy's haptic interface when it was in dry dock. Your VI Edie emailed me to let me know I left my dog Mac on board. I'm all the way out in Terra Nova now, and would hate for you to go a million clicks out of your way to drop off my dog. Please just take care of her. She likes exploring, sniffing chemical trails, and 750-volt outlets. Thank you, and sorry for the trouble. I promise she won't be too much of a headache. Andrea Brown. And an alert. New article, Quarian Fleet. By Ruxius Aurelius, ANN contributor. Citadel. Where is the Quarian Fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing their stations, colonies, and in some cases their homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians, who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. As the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian Alliance spokespeople cannot provide the fleet's current location. They say they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After a refueling stop at Ilium, the fleet left no stated destination. And there are also reports of a galaxy-wide call for all young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crisis. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. Read Ruxius Aurelius' regular column, View of the Empire, exclusively on ANN. Welcome back, gift. From Edie. While we were in dry dock, Joker suggested that a small welcoming gift would be appropriate to have on hand should you be reinstated as commanding officer. As the ship does not have the capacity to accommodate the dancers he suggested, I chose something from the official Systems Alliance catalog. Soldiers who have held an N7 designation for 5 years or more are entitled to a commemorative hooded jacket for wear on off-duty hours. You'll find it among the selection of casual clothing in your cabin. You have an upgrade waiting. Glyph, some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Sony's office. Convenience, and you may choose how and when to implement it. Have a pleasant day, Glyph. Rarity Mission Eden Prime. Commander, Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime and is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony, but we've been doing what we can to covertly aid the local resistance. In the process, we've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the reason for the attack on the colony. I need you to infiltrate the colony and recover the artifact. Right, that's the, one of the crew members. Let's see. Captain's cabin. Private terminal? Oh, right, squad selection. Cycle appearances. Oh, yeah. Appearance in this does actually matter. Power damage. Power recharge. Power recharge. Ooh, what's this one? Power damage. Do have all the DLC outfits. Let's see. Like, what, power damage or power recharge? What does she have? Warp, singularity, warp, stasis. Okay. That's recharge. This one is also recharge. That one's damage. This one's damage. And this one's damage. So damage will affect warp. I don't remember. I know singularity does some damage, but yeah. What does James have? Ammo fortification. Wait, why is Alliance Officer grayed out? That's weird. And Carnage. His outfits are silly. Yeah, I'll just keep him default. Alright. Armor locker. What do we got? Armor sets. Oh, we got the Ajax armor. Interesting. Alright, this is all health boost. Do you have anything? Oh. Great. Additional stuff. Chest armor. Cast fabrication. Sorry, okay, melee damage. Yeah, that doesn't help. Shield regeneration. So the best we can do is that at the moment for basic armor. What an armor set. What does this do? Shield boost, shield regeneration, ammo capacity, power damage, weapon damage. So the Ajax armor is just better, because health boost... Shield boost is better than health boost. Oh yeah, our hoodie. Sweet. There we go. Aha. Toilet still works. Very important. Let's see. Crew deck. Anybody in here? No, there won't be anybody in here yet. Oh, uh-huh. Grab the model of the Destiny Ascension. I forgot my ship models are all scattered throughout the ship. Alright. Gotta visit all the rooms to hunt down our ship models. Nothing. Decent looking starfield. Alright. Thing in here? Nope. Alright. Can actually walk down here now. And there's nothing down here. Of course not. Run, 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 run. So what do we got? Just Chakwas and Liara. Oh, right. You just reassign powers and reassign power bonuses. Oh, it's just free? That's nice. Oh, I guess the first one's probably free. Right, no bonuses at the moment.
Commander?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Better safe than sorry.
I guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
How's your inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
You never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
Alright. Gotta talk to Liara. Don't think there's anything over here. Nope. Oh yeah, and we've got an upgrade in here too, to pick.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph, instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info broker's turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
Agreed.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
Alright. Intel Terminal. Armor mod kit. Upgrades. None. Farron has persuaded his contacts to ship an armor mod kit to the Normandy, technically illegal in Citadel space. The kit's Omnigel converter and manufacturing fabricator can make a one-time modification to Shepard's armor, improving shield strength through adding thermal clip compartments. Shield strength? I don't need more ammo. Ammo is not an issue. Not dying, however, is a lot more useful. Terminal.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Prothean notes, 2177 to 2185. That's a lot of information. Message from Operative Farron to the broker. I made contact with Tazik yesterday. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of scouting the Terminus systems, but he's doing a good job of keeping us alive. I've never seen as many pirates and mercs on edge. Black market's unreliable, and it's getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as a source of the device's materials for long if things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I just keep asking them, when did the odds ever stop the broker? Farron. P.S. Hope you finally got our little friend Droney to stop saying shadow and broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. Alright. Thing back here? No? Alright.
Please, enjoy your day.
To engineering. That took a second. I'll go in there in a little bit here. Alright, Allers.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Ah, nice. 2 Rep, 2 Paragon. Cool. Okay, can't go in that bay yet. Yeah, let's go into main engineering first. Oh, Adams. Still humming away. Alright.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus.
Fair.
Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Alright. Adams is still good. Guy's great. Alright. Oh yeah. Model, Turian Cruiser. Our model of Sovereign. Ooh. Come on. Aha! Got our space hamster. Oh, Shadow Broker. Alright. Oh yeah, nothing down there yet. Yep, nothing in here yet. To the shuttle bay. Weapon bench. Weapon upgrades. Oh, right. Right, we have the tier level increases, which is not worth it for any of the guns I have right now, because none of these are very good. Our armor. Right, other new guy, Cortez. Pyramid interface. Serta. Nothing. Casa. Right, all of these are at a markup. Healthy Indra's on there. The Indra's not that great from what I remember. Oh, and Inspector Acquisitions is on here. Alright. Cortez. Talk to me,
Lieutenant
buddy.
Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. From my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So you can fly fighters and fix them?
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, a couple of Paragon. Aha. Model Corian ship. Alright. Ooh, what's back here? Oh, freighter. Ooh. Yeah, it's a cruiser and Alliance cruiser. Talk to you in a bit. Let's see. Nothing here. Oh. Nothing down here. Over here. Aha. Already SR1 model. Nice. Alright, let's talk to James.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal, unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yep. We're going to rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You come down here for something? Or are you just looking?
I did just come to chat, but I might stay for the show.
Have to work harder than that if you want me to blush. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Oh, I can dance.
Okay, Lola. Let's do this.
Don't let my good looks fool you, Vega. I got my share of scars.
You remind me of my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
No, but that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war!
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey. Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Lola, huh?
You kinda look like a Lola.
You're cute. So I'll let you get away with it. For now.
That's it. Now you made me blush.
Alright. Fortification unlocked. Available in medbay. I guess we need to go to the CIC. Oh, we need to talk to Trainer.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. You're not alone here.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you.
Yeah, of course.
And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. Even if that freedom has its share of danger. If I recall correctly, you grew up on Mindwar.
Given what happened to Earth, I don't think we can count on anywhere being safe right now.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
Alright. Believe that's everything. Oh, I can go up and see what ships I have first. Actually, a lot of them. Awesome. So I'm just missing some of the ones over here, which I think are ones you buy in this game. Weak. Alright. Okay. Private terminal. Right. Okay. Clusters already conquered by the Reapers can be accessed using the Normandy stealth drive. Search these clusters for survivors, salvage, and valuable intel. Alright. Serpent Nebula Citadel, Rescue Turian Primarch, Protein Artifact. What is this one? Cerberus Lab. I think the Cerberus Lab is just a small side thing. I'm gonna save before I do anything, though. 3 points. I don't remember if sabotage is super useful. I know incinerate is really good. Attack cloak's not bad. Cryo ammo with incinerate's quite good. Let's see. Sticky grenade is probably my least useful ability. What does this do? Recharge speed, impact radius. Whatever. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's loud. Okay. Search and rescue. The Normandy is equipped with a new and improved scanning pulse that can detect objects of interest. Use this to uncover war assets, artifacts, intel, and fuel as you fly around a system. Be aware, however, that each time the pulse is used, the chance that Reapers will enter the system to investigate is increased. If a Reaper enters the system you are in, flee and wait until you have a completed mission before returning. Okay. If I remember right, all the stuff here, if there is anything, there. Doesn't appear to be. Right, because there's stuff to do on the Citadel. That's what that is. Can't go there yet. Anos Basin. I don't think there's anything in Anos Basin. Alright. Oh, right, this has an actual fuel depot. That's what Anos Basin is for. Audio. Turn this back down. Hopefully that makes that a little less noisy. Alright, we'll check these non-mission locations first for stuff. I mean, like, that doesn't sound like it actually affected that at all, but whatever. Speculas. Speculas is a relatively large rock and ice planet known for its deposits of magnetically active Periclase, which interferes with some Starship scans. Conspiracy theories and pulp adventure claim that secret fortresses are concealed under the ice. The Reaper invasion force appears to have passed the planet by, which is likely the only insight that organics will ever have into the Reaper's literary taste. So annoying. Okay. Varush. Varush is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Batarian monarch whose empire spanned continents. He had such a penchant for mating that 0.6% of modern Batarians claim to trace their lineage to him. The planet's moons are named after his many recognized wives. The largest, Pyrrha, concealed Prothean ruins that helped the Batarians develop FTL drive. It is a Batarian point of pride that since the ruins were damaged by earthquakes, they had less information to go on than other spacefaring species. The Reapers have destroyed all obvious military outposts in Varush's orbit. The Batarians' notorious secrecy, however, may have allowed concealed subterranean facilities on Varush's moons to survive.
I found something.
Lost and found. Weapon upgrade kit. Nice. That was definitely worth it. This, I feel, is probably fuel. So there's 3 assets here, so that's most likely fuel. Desda, a dwarf planet. Desda was explored in the beginning of the Batarian space age and mined for its unusual occurrences of uranium, which was rare on Karshan. Whether the planet has been completely mined out is unclear. Accurate data on the planet was lost after a power struggle within the Batarian government. The Reaper attack has further worsened the information flow. Karshan. Karshan, the Batarian homeworld, is wrapped less in mystery than in outright lies. Batarian propaganda claims the world has 15 billion inhabitants and an economy that rivals the Asari. Although the legal slave trade does boost the Batarians' profits somewhat, Citadel sanctions have left a paper tiger of an empire, one that fights rivals through deniable terrorist actions rather than the wars of its heyday centuries ago. The Reapers will likely be the death blow to that empire. Almost no information has escaped Karshan since the Reapers destroyed the comm buoys but Batarian refugees say that resistance has created a bond among the commoners. If a new government can rise from the ashes, that bond may sustain a new Batarian society. Okay. Alright. So that last deposit is definitely fuel. Which we don't want to collect yet. Citadel, Pillars of Strength. Artifact. Yeah, that last one's definitely fuel. So we've got Untrell. Oh, here's the fuel deposit. Edek. Edek is a brutally hot and wet garden world covered with molds and lichen analogs. Has many viruses and bacteria, lethal to Batarian physiology. The hegemony colonized Edek early in its expansion, but few of the colonists wanted to stay. The result was domination by a class of landed slave owners. A small cadre of well-paid engineers and skilled laborers kept the planet's mechs and infrastructure functioning. Alliance estimates put the planet's Batarian population at just over 6 million, but that number has likely fallen since the Reapers arrived.
Signal confirmed.
Okay. Okay, so this place we're guaranteed to get hit. That's great. Love it. Love it. Ooh, 10,000 credits. Nice. That's good get. Definitely need that. Kloss. Kloss is a rock planet with almost no atmosphere to speak of. Consequently, the planet retains fairly little heat considering how close it orbits to an energetic star. The relatively mild temperature made Kloss attractive for robo-mining, with an emphasis on platinum. The planet also has an abundance of sodium oxide, used in the manufacture of lye, but profit margins on that compound are thin by comparison. The Reapers have destroyed the orbital stations surrounding Kloss and cut the strands of the space elevators that earlier generations of Batarians used to transport goods to orbit. Well, we can grab the fuel. 100 fuel units. Region of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged from debris. Alright. And then this will have the last one, probably. Then we're gonna have to escape. According to Batarian propaganda, the Batarian population exceeds the Council races. The Batarian military is the most powerful, and the Batarians' unlivable hothouse planets are the hottest and most unlivable. Their best proof of this last point is Ezka, which closely orbits the scorching yellow-white star Untrell. Ezka's nitrogen-heavy atmosphere might once have held oxygen, but if so, it burned off long ago. Even robo-miners don't care for Ezka, although some modern mining equipment can withstand the heat. The machinery still gets stuck in the soup of molten light metals on the planet's surface. Reaper presence near Ezka seems light. Scans reveal wreckage orbiting the planet, likely destroyed Hegemony surveillance drones. Oh, that's all the assets. Okay, let's find out about this planet. Uza is a methane-rich gas giant. The wreckage around the Helium-3 infrastructure is unusual. It looks as if fleeing Batarians tried to sever the collection equipment and take it with them when they were attacked. No Reaper ships, functional otherwise, are immediately detectable, suggesting that the Batarians may have actually turned on each other. Alright, well, let's leave
Evasion successful.
Oh. Escape a Reaper attack on the galaxy map. Alright. It's actually an achievement. Apparently. Come on, in system. There we go. Let's get this fuel. Investigate. The wreckage of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged. 300 fuel. More than we needed, but that's fine, because we're done with this system. Hades Gamma. Let's go. Okay. There's the fuel deposit right here. Right, I forgot this place has so many locations. Alright, let's ping here.
I found something.
Alright. Oof. Well, that's rough. Okay. Alright, Edmos. Edmos is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. If Treven's terraforming is successful, it is expected that a helium-3 fuel refining facility for the system will be set up here. Ploba. Ploba is the second and by far the larger of Antaeus' two gas giants. Active scans by a survey ship have returned tantalizing indications of massive solid structures deep within the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be anything natural. Some believe Ploba is a Jupiter brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents of this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals toward the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that an ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping them into the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage Ploba's deep anomalies went tragically wrong and ended with the crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. Alright, what's this one? Treven. Treven is a modest terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. Treven's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. Exogeny Corp recently performed a test impact of a single water ice comet into the surface, the first step of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water to the environment. Survey team is on the surface monitoring the geological and meteorological effects of the water of the test impact. Most of the water released is still in the form of atmospheric vapor, but thick cloud banks have formed. There is every indication that this arid world will soon see its first rain. Survey team's progress has been hampered by frequent mechanical or computer failures in the GPS satellites. Alright. There it is. Ah, 10,000 credits. Nice. Can always use more credits. Alright, so that's half of it. Oh, the other half is the fuel deposit. A gecko. During the initial survey of the Antaeus system, only a single flyby probe was spared for the small scorched world of a gecko. It revealed a planet unusually rich in heavier elements, given its size. Gecko is a standard terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of cobalt and other heavy metals. Due to extremely rough, cratered terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. And what do we have here? Vemol. Vemol is an enormous terrestrial world of mixed rock and ice with an atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of calcium with deposits of iron. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Oh, planet here. Hunador. Hunador is a moderately sized ice world with an extremely thin atmosphere composed of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is unusually smooth, suggesting widespread repaving by cryovolcanic processes, though no such activity is currently evident. Alright. Right, okay. Plutus. This one's another bit of a pain to scan. Well, okay, so first, move around to find the fuel. Assuming I run into it. You can hear it when you run into it. Ugh. Okay, well, we'll ping here.
Signal confirmed.
Okay. start the outside, work our way in. Oh, actually, I'll check the... Let's check through the belt. I'm hoping this is just, like, one item and fuel. Yaria. Yaria is a huge hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. Cool, great. Alright. What is this one? Nonoel. Though it is one of the oldest entries in the star charts, Nonoel has not yet been fully mapped. It is the largest body in the asteroid belt of the blue star Plutus, not only large enough to maintain a spherical shape, but also massive enough to retain the noxious carbon and sulfur dioxides venting from its venti volcanoes as an atmosphere. Nonoel is rapidly volcanic, and the source of its great heat is also the source of its inordinate mass. Nonoel is a secondary source of element zero, coalesced around a large chunk of Ezo ejected by a supernova billions of years ago. Surface conditions are extremely hazardous. In addition to the thin crust and numerous magma flows, wide stretches of landscape are coated with slippery ash and cinders ejected from the volcanoes. Alright, what we find? Spec Ops Team Zeta. 103rd Marine Division. Clicrolis. Clicrolis is a modest rock planet roughly the size of Mars. It has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The scorching out surface is mainly composed of silicate rock with deposits of aluminum and other light metals. Clicrolis has a very weak magnetic field. In addition to very high levels of solar radiation, it is not suitable for Mass Effect drive discharge. Alright. Mydla. Mydla is a terrestrial planet with a light atmosphere of carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. The surface is hot, mainly composed of magnesia, with deposits of sulfur. Over a dozen volcanoes are currently erupting across the surface. And last planet. Mingito. Oh, that's all the assets here. There's no fuel. Great. Mingito is a sun-baked wasteland of sodium, chlorates, and radioactives. Its relatively light mass has left it tidally locked to the star Plutus, with a dayside hot pole and a nightside cold pole. Powerful solar wind has stripped most of the atmosphere away. Great. So there's no fuel here. Alright. Off to Dis. Ah, there's fuel here.
I found something.
Okay, good. Okay, that's sketchy. Niram. Niram is a terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of basaltic rock. Its most prominent feature is the Elos Rift Valley, long volcanic divergence zone that stretches across half the northern hemisphere. Go ahead and pick this up. 200 fuel. Cool. Well, at least we should be able to make the full trip now. Grimar. Grimar is an icy terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of frozen ammonia with deposits of tin and other light metals. When exposed to sunlight, Grimar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of the toxic chemical. This has allowed a profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve in a low-energy environment. A byproduct of their metabolism causes them to glow very faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches seem to reinforce the light of one another and are visible from space. It's probably here. Or there. Forgot about the tiny planet. Let's see. Raisha is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia in its atmosphere. During the brief gold rush to Clensal, a few companies established an infrastructure for helium-3 skimming and deuterium mining on Raisha's icy moons. When Clensal proved to be less wealthy than expected, the facilities were stripped for parts and abandoned. Clensal has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerns spent billions of credits hustling to the distant system and sinking test bores to claim the system for humanity. But Clensal had only an average level of mineral wealth, valuable but hardly worth the rush and expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company hoping to strike it rich in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Investigation revealed the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. While unethical, this was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of a few misguided patriots. The planet is still littered with abandoned mining bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. So it's probably there, but... Jartar. Jartar is a terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is hot and primarily composed of unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of aluminum, magnesium, and other light metals can be found. Jartar is noted for the discovery of the Leviathan of Dis, the apparent corpse of a genetically engineered living starship. Leviathan was found in the bottom of a crater by a Batarian survey team and estimated to be nearly 1 billion years old. It disappeared after a visit to the system by a Batarian dreadnought 20 years ago. Since then, the Batarians have steadfastly denied that the Leviathan existed at all the more vociferously when shown recordings of the corpse made by Solarian researchers. Alright, well, let's ping here. It is there. Okay. Scan. Got it. 10,000 credits. Alright. And now we have to run.
Reapers eluded.
Alright, got him. This way. Better be fuel and Farinata, that's all I can say. Or the other system next to it. This is a rough scan though, because these are like way far apart. Nepnu. With a rare combination of features, Nepnu is of particular interest to the scientific community. Nepnu is a small terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. As with all the worlds of Farinata, its surface is scorching hot. The crust mainly consists of silicates laced with iron. Gintama. Gintama is a small, broiling terrestrial world. Its thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane is being steadily blown off by the powerful solar wind from the star Farinata. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of copper. Its density is low enough to leave the world tidally locked to Farinata. The Alliance Defense Data Network notes that several ships have been spotted cruising near Gintama with transponders turned off. While an Alliance patrol attempted pursuit of one, the unidentified vessel rabbited to FDL. Its trail was lost when it obscured its light trace in the confusion of signals along the Anansi Ishtar shipping lane. Okay. Tunchagon. Tunchagon is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and nitrogen in its atmosphere. It has an unusually small number of moons for a gas giant, a mere 7. It's likely due to the star Farinata capturing the majority of the mass during the nebular collapse that created the system. Alright, so it's... Nope. No? Ah, there's the fuel. Okay. So we'll ping this planet first, go over there, ping that set. Okay, it's not that one.
Signal confirmed.
Okay, it's this one. Oh, that's bad. We're really close. What do we get? Oh, the Alliance frigate Eigenport. Alright, I need fuel. Investigate. Come on. 200 fuel. Good. Alright, let's get out of here. Run! Okay.
Faster than light jump successful.
Got away. Good. Alright. Cacus. Ferengor. A large but low-density terrestrial world, Ferengor is generally believed to consist mainly of water ice. Occasional upwelling of metals caused by the interacting tidal forces of several large moons suggest the core is small but extremely dense. Ferengor has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane, and its frozen surface is mainly composed of dark carbon-laced water ice. 13 years ago, Ferengor's grim surface color and dim illumination drew the cinematographer Risa Uvarsen to film the exterior scenes of Starless on location. Acknowledged as a masterpiece of gothic horror, the sets, well preserved by the vacuum, draw hundreds of tourists to the backwater system every year. So probably here is one of the things. Treyarmus. Treyarmus is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with a powerful magnetic field, making it a popular discharge site for freighters working the Anansi-Ishtar shipping route. It is popular enough, in fact, that Quarian ships can often be found loitering in orbit, selling the freighter crews cheap refreshments, salvage, and odd craftworks assembled by their children. There are no ships in orbit at present, however. Don't know if there's fuel here. Might not be. Kohei is a terrestrial planet whose surface is mainly composed of aluminum, with numerous deposits of calcium. Though it has enough mass to retain a dense atmosphere, Kohei is nearly a vacuum. This lack of atmosphere allows a moderate average temperature, but the differences between day and night are extreme. The surface of Kohei's sunward-facing side is usually covered by a haze of volatiles, mainly water vapor and carbon dioxide, which return to the ground as frost over the course of the long cold night. The Certa Foundation has established a research outpost on Kohei to investigate the native subterranean life of Kohei, which shows incredible resilience to extremes of heat and cold. Okay, so probably here is where one of the things is. Zyaratar. An enigmatic terrestrial planet, Zyaratar has a hazy atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of calcium with deposits of sodium. 3 times in the last century, ships stopping to discharge at Treyarmus have reported geometric patterns of lights on the dark side of Zyaratar. Attempts at closer investigation proved fruitless. The lights disappear when ships approach the inner system. Okay.
I found something.
Yeah, okay. Hey, more credits. Okay, good. So this whole entire system is just a bunch of money, which is fine. Alright, 50%. Nope. Alright, we just pinged. Oh, I missed this planet. No. Samari. Samari is a small airless crater terrestrial, a lifeless rock, quite similar to Luna. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of silicates, though one hemisphere has several seas of dark basaltic rock. Okay. Woo. Okay, that was annoying. Dang it. It's being annoying. Where is that last one? Okay. Ah, there. Alright.
Faster than light jump.
That's gonna be rough to grab.
Evasion successful.
It's gonna be very rough to grab. Investigate. Okay. Fuel. Yay. Alright. Got there.
Eluded.
That was close. That was very close. Alright, I know where the Antaeus one is. That's by the mass relay, right here. Yeah. Investigate. Grab the fuel. 300 units. We're full up, and we can leave. Okay. Hades Gamma done. Let's see. What is this? Protein artifact. Stellarium Primarch. Cerberus Lab. Let's go over to Sigurd's Cradle. We'll do Cerberus Lab first. Maybe. Actually, let's see how many credits do we have? 71,000. Dang. Close. So close. Skepsis. Named for the 21st century pioneer of groundwater remediation techniques, Chemowitz is an impressive layer of ice over a stony metallic core. Despite its size, it has only one moon, Noah, which shares its carbonaceous composition, leading astronomers to believe it formed following a giant impact. Iridium deposits have attracted miners to the planet, who must work through robots and telepresence because of the planet's strong gravity. Pauling. A hydrogen-methane gas giant, Pauling's gravitational field is believed to have cleared most of what would otherwise have been a sizable asteroid belt. 2163, a mission of the space probe Ultimate, gave the inhabitants of Watson reams of data reinforcing this theory, giving the colonists an accurate count of its moons, 66. Rings, moon-like ring objects, and more than 200 impact craters on the surface of its metallic core. Ultimate has been since retrieved for reuse on subsequent missions within the solar system. Oh, right, there'll be one here.
Signal confirmed.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, that barely bumped Reaper alertness. Okay. Crick. Known for its spectacular geysers that can be seen from orbit, Crick is a rock planet with expansive, frozen oceans. Though it is within the temperature and pressure range for human habitation, its thick atmosphere is largely carbon dioxide and monoxide, making breath masks or environmental suits mandatory. Most abundant resources for exploitation are the potassium salts found in seabeds, which fetch good prices on terraforming worlds. I mean, I may as well ping again. Okay, there's the fuel. And that had almost no effect on Reaper alertness. Wow, okay. Watson. Watson is known in human media for two things: the spectacular tides brought on by a large moon, and the bureaucratic snafu over which Earth nations got to settle there first. Watson is a garden world first discovered in 2165 CE, with credit claimed by the Chinese People's Federation, the United North American States, and the European Union. Systems Alliance brokered the infamous Reykjavik Compromise, allowing limited colonization from each coalition in cities comprised of populations from each nation. Watson itself trends colder than Earth, the temperate zone measuring about 30 degrees latitude in either direction from the equator. Its life does not easily map to Earth's evolutionary eras. Some islands have species that resemble terrestrial placental mammals. Others are overrun by arthropods. It is estimated that at least 2 more generations of xenozoologists will be needed to properly classify all the species of the planet. That feels like the exact excerpt from Mass Effect 1. What do we get? Javelin missile launchers. Okay. What's on the moon? Franklin. Large moon, Franklin retains a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide, but its desolate surface has no signs of water or life. In order to defend Watson from the pirates of the Terminus systems, Franklin is home to 2 Alliance spaceports and naval bases capable of fielding 6 fighter squadrons each, classified number of interplanetary ballistic missiles. Mass Effect fields keep the gravity in its installations at a comfortable level for long-term living. Darwin. Okay, so there's only 2 assets here. Why does it only give you that much for scanning here? It's ridiculous. Oh well, whatever. I'll take it. Mid-sized rock planet, Darwin is ironically named being one of the worst places for life in the galaxy. Its atmosphere is punishing, its temperature boiling, its chemical makeup toxic. Carbon monoxide and methane wrap the planet in an unyielding haze, and scans of its surface show only silicates and molten tin. Its daily thermal fluctuations lead to hurricane-level vortices, two at each pole forming eyes, that can be seen from orbit. Despite all this, Darwin is still used by spacers as a drive core discharge point. Hydrogen pierces the clouds in the upper atmosphere, making for a relatively benign approach. Wallace. An unusually small Pegasid, or hot Jupiter, Wallace was originally an extrasolar planet that entered this system and was captured by the gravity well of the G-class star Skepsis. Tidally locked, Wallace's hot side reaches temperatures over 2500 degrees Celsius. While not large enough, proportionate to the star to cause eclipses visible from Watson, it is easily seen at dawn or dusk as one of the brightest objects in the sky. Did I read this one? Pauling? Yes, I read Pauling. Okay. I think I read this one too. Kimowitz. Yep, read that one as well. Alright, so we got just this one left. I think. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, this one. Last one left. Crick. Known for its spectacular geysers that can be seen from orbit, Crick is a rock planet with expansive frozen oceans. Though it is within the temperature and pressure range for human habitation, its thick atmosphere is largely carbon dioxide and monoxide, making breath masks and environmental suits mandatory. The most abundant resources for exploitation are the potassium salts found in the seabeds, which fetch good prices on terraforming worlds. Alright, and that's fuel. So we won't bother with that. Decorus. Sanctum. Lyanna. Lyanna Cloaked is a methane-clouded hothouse planet. Its lack of metal-rich core, significant magnetosphere allows for an easy scan, which reveals mining equipment on its surface. It can be deduced that this mining occurred within the last 5 years. Any longer, and the machines would have been worn down to nothing by the excessive heat and dust storms of hot iron oxide.
I found something.
Okay. Is everything out here? Oh, no Reaper stuff. Right. Because right, there's a mission world here. Yay, 10,000 credits. Good. Puts us at 81,000? Which means we've technically have enough for the armor off the Spectre requisitions. That is a lot of fuel units. Wow. Not worth it to come out here to get them, but... Sanctum, Cerberus Lab. Sanctum is proof of the old spacer adage, just because it's a garden world doesn't mean it's a picnic. Freezing ice storms cover the poles and temperate zones, leaving a narrow strip of habitable land at the equator. Dry but windy, this area is home to Sanctum's minimal terrestrial plant life. The planet has yet to develop land-based animals, though invertebrates grow quite large in its pelagic seas. Mining, referred to as ice cracking at anywhere but the equator, is a common employment on Sanctum. The planet is rich in platinum and palladium deposits, as well as boron, which is locally used in semiconductor doping. Travel advisory. Carbon dioxide levels on Sanctum can reach 5,000 parts per million during thermal inversions. Travelers should carry a breath mask at all times and consult the Sanctum World Weather Service for warnings. Travel advisory. Piracy is at a 14-year global high on Sanctum. Visitors should take appropriate security precautions. I do not remember this mission. Oh, I wonder who we should take with us. Probably these two. Yeah, that's all fine. James. Modify. Yeah. Caliber barrel and... yeah. Shredder mod is good. I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any... Yeah, go with the Vindicator. Alright, we don't have any pistol mods or anything like that. This is fine. Oh, Liara has 6 points. Pure biotic. Charge speed of all powers by 40%. Health and shield bonuses. Power recharge. Yeah. James, you have 4 points. Fortification. No. Damage protection. Yeah. Like, come on. That's silly. I'll leave this for now. Alright.
Commander, I've got a hail from Admiral Hackett.
Put him through, Lieutenant.
Shepard, we've uncovered a secret Cerberus lab, function unknown. We sent in a recon team, but they were forced to pull out before they got very far.
Any other intel?
We think they're using the facility to warehouse and study Reaper tech. We've been wondering how Cerberus is connected to the Reapers, and this might give us some answers.
We're on it.
Find out what Cerberus is doing and get me any Reaper tech samples you can, Commander. Hack it out.
This might be one of the missions that uses, like, one of the multiplayer maps, maybe? Because I don't remember this being a main, like, plot or NPC thing. Oh no, yeah, this is one of the multiplayer maps. Okay. This is definitely one of the side missions then.
Commander, I'm tracking some tech with a Reaper signature. That's your first sample to grab. Updating your nav point.
On my way.
Grabbing everything else in here is a little tricky. Aha, credits. There we go. 3,000 credits, that's not bad. Journal entry. Personal log C. Talavi. Finally here. Wow, the troops are here really intense. No one smiles ever. And suicide on capture orders? Seriously? All training interrogation. I start being integrated tomorrow. Can't wait. There's one of the things.
Into position. Let's get down.
Wow. No, I don't want a WoW game. Really? That was annoying. Okay, there's the artifact. Failed exogeny experiment.
Will only lead to metagel advances for Hanar. Only Cerberus would call that a failure.
Containment system bypass.
Well, that's weird looking. Guess we found it.
Got the sample.
Roger that. Meet you at the landing pad.
Is that it? Oh, okay. Double check around here. So we don't want to miss anything. Aha. Journal entry. Personal log, C. Talavi. Integration successful. Suicide on capture orders confirmed. Cerberus is my friend. Obey. Protect humanity at any cost. Aha. Enhanced scope 1. 3,000 credits. Okay. Make sure there's nothing in this corner. Ah, there is credits. 4,000 credits. Okay. So that's 10,000 credits? For this? Is this really all this mission was, or am I going to get all the artifacts? I don't remember. Ah, we do get all the artifacts.
Located, Commander. Nav point updated.
Good work.
Oh, right. Engineers. Forgot about those jerks. Did one of those engineers get a turret put down? Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Thanks to the turret guy. Alright. Is that the artifact? No. Which one is it? It's down below? Might be down below. Ugh. Turrets are so annoying. Yeah, those turrets are a pain, at least until later. We can do more damage to them.
It appears to be Reaper tech, but the signature is new to me.
Second sample secured. Heading back to you now.
Negative, Commander. Pad got hot. Have to bug out. Got 3 birds on my 6. Taking fire. Scratch that. Make it 4. We'll rendezvous when I can. Out.
We just need to hold out until Cortez can pick us up.
Nothing like having your back to the wall.
Never said it would be easy.
Oh, right. Shield guys. Okay. Sure. What? Oh, should have missed. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Aw. Ah, grenade.
Stay focused. This isn't over yet.
I can do this all day.
Ah, let me get into cover, game. Man.
Last stand, Commander?
Just stay focused and keep at it.
Okay, I hate those smoke grenades. Very annoying. Oh, nice. One shot.
Cortez, do you copy?
I hope he's still alive.
You'll make it.
So why does the minimap only show up there and
Let's
not
just keep the landing
here?
pad clear.
Oh, alright, clear the landing pad. Okay.
Had to go dark side to shake him. Coming in hot. Be ready.
Heading for extraction point now.
Dodged. Come on. Seriously? Ugh. Stupid slow sniper rifle. Alright. In we go.
Commander, we've got our best engineers looking at the Reaper tech you secured from that lab.
What was Cerberus doing with it?
We don't know yet, but whatever Cerberus is up to, it can't be good. Even if we can't determine its purpose, we've disrupted their experiments.
I doubt they'll just close up shop.
Agreed. We'll keep sending strikes against the facility. Good work, Commander.
Alright. 10,000 credits and rip. Prothean device, javelin missile launchers. Okay, and ex-Cerberus. Ah, their research data. How many credits do I have now? 101,000? It's not bad.
You see the Citadel when we were there on leave? You'd never know there was a war on.
They'll know soon enough. All those refugees have to go somewhere.
Alright. Leave orbit. Wait, what? Oh, right. Skips us. Because there's fuel back here. That we left intentionally. To refuel. What? Oh. Not quite enough. Nearly, though. Alright. So what do we got? Recover protein artifact. I get a thing off the Citadel. And rescue Turian Primarch. Let's go to the Citadel. Because I have some credits, and buying something wouldn't actually be too bad right now.
We are transferring your docking clearance to an Alliance official.
Figures. Finally back in action, the Alliance already wants us tagged and collared.
Just our way of welcoming you back, Flight Lieutenant.
Yes ma'am, requesting docking permission?
Docking permission granted. Would you like private transport arranged?
No thanks.
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
Alright. Nothing here. Right. Resume. Guess I should have just shortcutted to the embassies, because really I just want to go to Spectre Acquisitions. But that's fine.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Spectre status recognized.
Alright, so I can afford the Wraith, the Paladin, the Hurricane, the Eagle, or the N7 Defender armor. Ammo capacity, weapon damage, shields, health. Combat gear built to protect soldiers in the long range. Rise weapon, the suits can be divided energy from the main cell to the gun's kinetic coils, offering extra punch. Hold spare thermal clips, low capacitors throughout the armor provides extra power. So this is like, is this a full suit? I think this is a full suit. What is it? Okay, so shields 10, health 10, weapon damage 10, ammo capacity 20%. I forget what our current gear is. I'd have to go back to Normandy and then come back here again. Because I know ours is shields are quite heavy, and it's got shield recharge and something else. Oh well, what we'll do, we will save, we'll buy it, and if it's not good, we'll reload and buy something else, like the Paladin. Because the Paladin would be a good buy. I don't understand why the Harrier's so expensive. It's not that good. Like, why is it more expensive? Why are these more expensive than the Black Widow? Or the Crusader? Because the Crusader's ridiculous. Sort of like, why is the Valiant 250,000? The Valiant's, like, fine. But it's not that amazing. Like, the Crusader's ridiculously strong. And it's only 125. But yeah, alright, let's buy this and see how it stacks up. Alright, back to the ship. So if it's not that amazing, I'll buy the Paladin. Because the Paladin's a really good pistol.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay D-24.
I mean, the Crusader shotgun is, like, so good that you can basically run the whole game on just, like an SMG in the Crusader. Unless they've, like, nerfed it, but I don't think they have. What the?
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander.
Mm-hmm. N7 Defender armor. Never had the chance to get you some new N7 equipment back on Earth. I've arranged for the N7 Defender armor to be delivered to the Normandy before supply lines get even less reliable than they are now. Look for the armor next time you're suiting up for a mission. It's more than just a little extra plating. Hack it. Alright, let's go see how it stacks up. N7 Defender. Weapon damage is the same. It loses power damage, shield regeneration, shield boost, and ammo capacity. So literally, the Cerberus Ajax armor is better. Yeah. Because we lose all... Wow. We lose... What is that? 10%, we lose 10% shield regen, we lose 20% shield boost, we lose 5% ammo capacity, and 10% power damage for 10% health. That is not worth it. Wow, that's so bad. That's so bad. Ugh. Yeah, no, we're reloading. I am not. I'm not buying that. That armor's terrible. Wow, it's so bad. It's so ridiculously bad. I'm actually tempted, with the credits I have, to just wait and save it for the Crusader. Like, go do the mission to pick up the other crew member and save up for the Crusader. Because it should get me the credits for the Crusader. Between the system and the mission, I think. But yeah, having the Crusader would be really good. I mean, I could see why the Crusader wouldn't be considered as good if you were playing on, like, console. Because it's, it's like firing a sniper rifle, except it doesn't get the sniper slowdown. So it's like pinpoint aiming. But yeah. Eh. Oh well. Onward. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Eden Prime. If I'm lucky, there will be stuff in system. Also, with systems like this, with a mission, I believe I can just ping forever. So, yeah. Utopia. Xanadu. Xanadu's atmosphere is composed of methane and argon, while the planet's frozen surface is largely potassium with deposits of calcium. Its location in the deep cold of the outer system and the lack of valuable resources leave little to recommend it. And now I'm dropping frames for some reason. Not sure why. Oh, looks like it's recovered. Okay. Nirvana. Nirvana has a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. The surface is a mix of water, ice, and iron oxides with cryovolcanic plumes of potassium concentrated around the equatorial ridge. Nirvana has little of commercial or scientific interest. Though a few geological research stations were constructed in the early 2160s, all have been shut down for years. The Alliance maintained an automated ice cracking station, which stockpiled a large amount of deuterium fuel for use by the fleet. This was commandeered in the preparations for the war, and now Nirvana is completely silent.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, okay. Zion. Scion is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, even larger than Jupiter. Despite its gravity well and the lethal radiation, it supports a small helium-3 mining industry. The reason is simple. As the only gas giant in the Utopia system, it is the only local source of fuel for Eden Prime's power stations and spaceports. Scion has 112 natural satellites, ranging from orbiting asteroids to the moon of Asphodel, which is large enough to retain a thick atmosphere. Protein data files. Okay. Cool. That should be handy. Oh, right, I forgot to get my upgrade. And that's fuel. Alright, let's go set our upgrade. First. Crew deck. Because we found a war asset thing, or whatever. Should be an upgrade on this panel for weapons.
Dr. Tassoni found useful information in the data you recovered, Commander.
Alright, weapon upgrade kit. Ammo capacity or weapon damage? Weapon damage, because ammo capacity, well, great. It's better to kill things faster. Means you take less damage. Always better to kill things faster. Alright. Okay, so there's the fuel. We read this one. Arcadia. An unusually large terrestrial world, Arcadia has a dense atmosphere composed of nitrogen and helium. Scorching hot surface is mainly composed of alkaline basalts, but metal deposits are plentiful. Although several spectacular examples of columnar basalt formation offer scientific beauty, Arcadia's hostile environment has precluded commercial development. Alright. Well, let's go out here to Asgard before we go to Eden Prime. Where in the... Wow, it's so far away. Okay. Well, we got enough fuel to get back, so that's fine. Tyr. Tyr is compositionally similar to Earth, however, it lies over 4 AU from Asgard and possesses an atmosphere primarily composed of nitrogen and ethane. While a potential target for terraforming, the proximity of the shirt-sleeves habitable Terra Nova relegated Tyr to a support role. Nearly 100 corporations, human and alien, construct teleoperated mining, refining, and manufacturing facilities across the planet. The Reapers immediately targeted these, seeking to cut off the Alliance's supply of hydrogen fuel cells. Alright.
I found something.
Okay. Well, I think we found all the assets in one go. So that's nice. Bohr. Bohr is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with over 90 moons. The light of ionized hydrogen filtering through an upper cloud deck of sodium causes its striking coloration. The source of the ionization has not yet been confirmed, but Bohr's mass equal to 6 Jupiters and high temperatures suggests it may be a brown dwarf, a gas giant that gained almost enough mass to ignite into a small star. The Reapers destroyed Bohr's extensive helium-3 infrastructure, although wreckage indicates that the 6th Fleet did not give up the planet without a fight. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. Okay, that's an intel thing. 20%? Oh, there's more stuff. Oh, there's stuff here too. Okay. Tyr is compositionally similar to Earth, however it lies over 4 AU from Asgard and possesses an atmosphere, but okay, right. Already read that. My bad. Okay. What do we got here? Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. Alright. Grab some fuel. 250 units, better than nothing. 60%. So is it just just Terra Nova? Terra Nova was one of the Class 1 colonization prospects discovered by the first wave of Alliance surveys in 2150. It was the second human extrasolar colony and the first beyond the Charon mass relay. It once boasted the highest population of any formally endorsed Alliance colony, but in recent years, threats of a Terran attack caused many to emigrate. The name Exodus Cluster became all too apt. The Reapers landed on Terra Nova after a brief battle with the Alliance's Sixth Fleet. Aware that it would lose, the fleet retreated in hopes of meeting with allies and retaking the planet. Intelligence indicates that the Reaper force here is light, and debate rages over whether to try to liberate the planet or if such an effort would prove futile if the Reapers sent reinforcements. Population 4.15 million, pre-invasion. Alright. This is going to be a fun one to get out of, but we'll see how we do. Alliance Cruiser Shanghai. Alright, let's get out of here. If we can. 80%. What? There's still more.
Successful.
Still more there? Oh.
Invasion successful.
There's a planet there. Okay. Alright. Oh, we
Reapers
go.
eluded. Faster than light jump successful.
Come on. Where is it? We gotta leave through here. There we
Evasion
go.
successful.
Alright. Enter orbit. Loki. Small terrestrial world with little to recommend it. Loki's one hemisphere is largely covered by ice, and the other by craggy basaltic highlands. The rough, varied terrain suggests an ancient cataclysm caused significant damage to the planet, reaching 6.5 AU at perigee and 7.1 AU at apogee. Loki's unusual elliptical orbit reinforces this hypothesis. Beneath Loki's ice cap runs a naturally formed network of subterranean tunnels. These may have proven useful to Alliance forces in retreat. Nevertheless, any organics hidden here remain in peril, so Loki's atmosphere is inhospitable and Reaper scanning technology is efficient. Alright. Alliance Spec Ops Team Delta. Let's go.
Reapers eluded.
Alright. Cool. Forgot how much war asset stuff was there. Quite a lot. Nope. Alright, let's get this fuel. 200. Wow, that is not a lot of fuel. Oh well, we can work with it. Any fuel we don't have to buy is great. Eden Prime. This idyllic agrarian world was one of the first human colonies established beyond the Charon mass relay. Eden Prime's fertile biosphere drew heavy immigration from the Systems Alliance and other human organizations. In 2183, Eden Prime was attacked by a Geth force led by the rogue Spectre Saren Arturius. Commander Shepard, responding to the attack, encountered a Prothean beacon that warned of imminent Reaper invasion. It is thanks to this beacon and the Commander's quick action that the galaxy has any chance of survival today. Although the Reapers rushed past much of the Exodus cluster in their plan to take Earth, it is clear the war has come to Eden Prime. Distress signals have jammed all available frequencies, fires burn in vast swaths across the arable land, and its once extensive monorail system is twisted metal. Cerberus has much to lose if word of their ruthless attack on the human colony gets out. What they stand to gain must be equally valuable. Alright, let's land. Yeah, power recharge is good. Select. Don't even know if I should bother bringing the M3 Predator. How much recharge will that give me? A good bit. Okay, yeah, let's stick with the sniper and the SMG. That should be fine. Get more recharge on our incinerate. Yeah, whatever, make that better.
Eden Prime. This is where it all began. Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about the Reapers.
And where you went up against Saren and the Geth for the first time, no?
Yes. And now, with Cerberus here, Eden Prime's colonists are under attack again.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago.
How bad?
A lot of dead civilians. Lost one of my men, Jenkins, to a Geth drone.
Reports said Saren had bombs set up to wipe out the whole colony.
Not on my watch.
Damn straight, Lola.
Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Is it part of the Prothean device we found on Mars?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered. But whatever it is, it's better off with us than with Cerberus.
I'm bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can. No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Understood. Alright, everyone. Get ready to move.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here.
Also, there's a bunch of credits and stuff scattered around in these buildings that are easy to miss.
No sign of survivors. Come on, we need to find the dig site.
This was a beautiful colony once.
They came back after the Geth attack. They'll come back from this.
They rebuilt Mendoir. It wasn't the same.
They'll never forget. All we can hope is that they grow stronger for it.
It's really easy to miss stuff in this mission.
Look at that. Bits of Prothean tech sticking out of the ground like an old bone.
Hey, Liara, you ever find dinosaurs while you're digging around?
No, dinosaurs and other fossils would be paleontology. I'm an archaeologist. I study artifacts left by sapient species. The two fields are completely different, and... you were joking.
Hey, I just like dinosaurs.
Alright. Should be stuff in these buildings. There we go. Solid computer. 1,000 credits. It's not bad. Kit. Terminal processing update. We've taken more able-bodied men and women from pacified neighborhoods. Colonists generally have accepted the story that they have gone to perform tedious but safe manual labor in a Cerberus research camp on the other side of the planet. When we increased food rations as payment for the work, most of the complaints died out. Maintain the story as long as possible. We don't have the manpower to fight the entire colony, and if these families knew they were never going to see their sons and daughters again, there's no way they'd cooperate.
Shepard, this Cerberus data could help the colonists still alive on other parts of Eden Prime.
How?
I can get this intel to Eden Prime's resistance. Maybe it will help them fight back against Cerberus.
Right, there's also a way up onto the roofs, which I don't know if I can go up there yet. No, not yet. Yeah, it's very easy to miss stuff in this mission. There are things like all over the place in here.
There. That's the elevator that leads down into the dig site. Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's... a Prothean.
You mean a collector? Those things the Reapers turned the Protheans into?
No, an original unmodified Prothean who's still alive.
You're right. That doesn't sound possible.
You saw Prothean stasis chambers in the archives on Ilos. The only reason those failed was a lack of power. Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power. He's been in stasis for the past 50,000 years, waiting for us. Think of what we could learn.
What can you tell me about the Protheans, the people, not the technology?
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The Prothean Empire spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community.
Uplifted, huh? Like when the Solarians helped the Krogan to evolve a little faster.
Yes. Judging by the dig sites like the Prothean Archive on Mars or here on Eden Prime, the Protheans wanted other species to learn. It's clear that they prized knowledge, growth, and cooperation with the rest of the galaxy.
The way you describe them, they sound a lot like the Asari.
I'm certain I'm coloring their culture with my own perceptions.
Definitely.
Whatever the Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
Good thing we brought our Prothean expert.
I hope I can help. If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time, or perhaps the wisest counselor. Ah. Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Then let's get him out of there.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode. We also need to figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet.
Heads up!
What? Oh, that stupid, like, 180 pivot. I hate that. Dang it.
Alright, let's get moving before more of them come back.
Gotta find all the stuff, which is very easy to miss. Terminal. Troop deployment update. Local resistance is heavy in the south and west sections of the colony. Hold most of our troops from the north neighborhoods to assist. All remaining troops in the north neighborhood continue standard patrol activities to maintain the illusion of a large presence in that area. Locals knew we were understaffed. They could do some serious damage.
More intel to help the colonists. The more we find, the better chance they'll have.
3,000 credits. So there's the section through there, which has stuff. And the roof.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to find the stasis deactivation signal.
Alright, I will go there in a little bit. Don't want to miss pickups. It's this lab. Salvage. Alright, more credits, good. Need at least 125,000. That's the target anyway.
They were gunned down while having drinks and watching the game.
Son of a bitch, this was somebody's home.
We have contact.
Just keep rehacking the turret. Yeah, game, I'm not wasting meds to revive squad mates in combat. No. Far more beneficial to save that so I can get XP from the med kits.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Like that. 100 XP instead, which is much better. Oh, is this the terminal? Oh no, it's that lab. Okay. Salvage. Resistance information update. We've gotten word from our source within Eden Prime's resistance movement that we can expect an attack on our security center between 2200 and 2300 tomorrow night. They're pulling in forces from across the colony. This gives us the perfect chance to destroy their leadership. Once the attack is contained, allow Dr. William Kambata to escape, firing near-miss shots to keep it realistic. He has given us good information, and with luck, the locals will see him as a daring hero and the only man to escape the Cerberus trap. They might even put him in charge.
Perfect. This intel will give Eden Prime's resistance movement a real chance to push Cerberus out of their colony.
Alright. So there's that building, but first, go back to the previous one. Wait, what? There's an upper part. Oh, you can like sprint over here and get up above them to shoot down on them from cover. That's actually pretty handy. Alright, let's get this building first. Use console.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dock space.
Then we will rise, 1,000,000 strong.
For the Empire.
For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod. Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
I've got the signal.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success. The Prothean cipher you received on Pharaohs, it lets you see the images as a Prothean would and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video and the signal they used.
Perfect. Then we just need to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Find the remaining pod data. Ah, level up. Good, 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 good. We have 4 points. Suppose I could ping up disruptor ammo. For now. Yeah. Health and damage bonus, shield barrier bonus, yeah. Four points to singularity get. Hold duration. Impact radius. Oh, right, the detonate. Yeah, we want radius, that, and then the detonate, I think? Yeah. James has 2 points. Uh-huh, okay. Okay. Last one should be over here. Else in here? No, just this. Alright. I actually wonder, where's the gameplay? Shepard's helmet. Off in conversations. Let's see what that does. Go off in conversations on everything. Oh, nice. Yeah, they are wearing helmets. Cool. That's also another weapon that gets ridiculously good. Prothean beam weapon is nuts. Like, between the Prothean beam weapon and the Crusader shotgun, you can pretty much take out everything in the game real easy.
How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Third of our people.
Alert! North side bulkhead cannot be sealed. Hostiles detected.
Then all forces to the north.
You understood that one too?
Yes.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Nope. Here they come.
Backup forces are here.
Nice turret. It would be too bad if someone took it over. Ah, got out of its range. Good. There we go. Uh-oh, where'd the ammo go? Despawned, I guess. Alright, let's go up. Pretty sure I've been through all these buildings, so... yeah. It's connected via that.
Taking cover! Target spotted. Get down!
There we go. Yeah, already looted through here. Okay, cool. We're good. Don't think we can go up there. Nope. Alright, this way.
Snipers engaged!
No, why the stupid dodge system? Ugh. It's like, why did you dodge instead of running? It's just... it's irritating. Oh. There's one guy who went up to the roof, and I don't know where he went. Like, I can't see him or get to him. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh no, there's another guy somewhere. What the... where the... oh, over there? What? Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. This game at times is just really, really bad.
retracted the bridge. We have to find another way across.
Find another way to the pod. Okay. Guess we'll go over here.
I'm transmitting the signal.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to process it.
Lots of bogies inbound, Commander. We'll have to hold this position. Here they come!
And the reload on this is slow.
Looks like we got a second to catch our breath.
Wish my corner man was here. I could use an ice pack.
Has the life pod ended stasis mode?
We're almost there!
If anybody's low, there's a Cerberus supply cache in the building next door.
I can lay down a singularity to block enemy access.
Alright. Oh, right. Right, I forgot about the heavy max. Busting the shield. Killed the pilot. Alright. Let's have some fun. Do 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 do. Come on, let me get over. Come on. Oh, this camera does not work well. You know. Oh, I think he got a little vaporized.
There. You can open the life pod now.
Alright. I love having a sniper rifle. Or at least high-power single-shot weapon, anyway. Oh, no ammo. Oh well, let's go. I don't even know if that's damaging it. Probably not. Whatever. Finish the mission.
There, you've got it. Goddess. It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness. Be careful, he's confused. Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes!
No, the bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online! Those soldiers are still alive!
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now.
Neutron bombardment underway. The bunker is secure. Commander traffic.
What is left of it? A few hundred people. How am I to rebuild an empire from that?
Further adjustments may be necessary. The neutron purge compromised the facility.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option. You'll remain in stasis until a new culture discovers this bunker. This may lead to a power shortage.
Do not shut off more pods! I need the few that are left!
Power needs will be triaged appropriately. You will be the voice of our people.
I will be more than that. How many others?
Just you. You can understand me?
Yes. Now that I have read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our last moments. Our failure.
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got...
Asari. Human. I'm surrounded by primitives.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then we will see.
A living Prothean.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you. I can sense fear in you, anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which... You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst.
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist. Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
So, could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time. The Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army. or face the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you, I think. What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved?
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies. Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik, though I still need time to recover. The shock has not worn off yet.
I understand. This must be a hell of an experience for you. We're just glad to have you aboard, Javik.
Alright. Well, that's a good place to... Ooh. Slam unlocked. Fun. Ah, the particle rifle. Super good weapon. That got 116,000 credits. Not quite enough. But we did get the particle rifle, which is extremely good. So, CIC. Alright. Well, I am going to save and call it there for the day. But
Commander,
yeah.
You may want to check in on shuttle pilot Cortez down in the armory.
Alright, I will do that. But I will do that later. But yeah, so that shall be it for today. Next stream will possibly be tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do a stream Saturday morning if I can. So look forward to that. Hopefully, if not, if I can't do one Saturday morning, next stream will be Monday morning. But yeah, so once again, thanks all for watching, and have a good day, everybody.